In Lithuania, basketball is more than a sport. It's a religion, a heartbeat that unites the entire nation. It's the only country in Europe where basketball is more popular than soccer, and every generation grows up idolizing the giants of the game. Back in 1992, when Lithuania had just regained independence, the national basketball team didn't even have enough money for jerseys. But thanks to a donation from the legendary rock band, the Grateful Dead, Lithuania not only made it to the Barcelona Olympics, they stunned the world, winning bronze in a tie-dye uniform that symbolized freedom, creativity, and defiance. And that's the perfect metaphor for Lithuanian basketball itself. Just like a great Grateful Dead jam, Lithuanian basketball is a mix of improvisation, skill, and pure soul. Today, we count down the top 10 Lithuanian basketball players of all time. Let's jump into it. Lithuania is known for great shooters, and at number 10 we have one of the best to ever do it. Arvydas Macijauskas was simply born to score. Few guards in Europe have ever had the natural shooting stroke he possessed. Quick release, deep range, and the confidence to pull up in any situation. His breakout moment came during EuroBasket 2003, when he helped lead Lithuania to the gold medal. Macijauskas averaged over 15 points per game in the tournament, cementing himself as one of Europe's most feared guards. For opposing coaches, he was a nightmare. Take your eyes off him for a single possession and he'd bury a three in your face. He even reached the NBA in 2005 with the Hornets, becoming one of the few Lithuanian guards to make the leap across the Atlantic. His stint there was brief, but it added to his reputation as a fearless competitor who never backed down from a challenge. Unfortunately, injuries cut his career shorter than it should have been. But his impact is still remembered today. He belongs among the greatest Lithuanian players because in his prime, he was one of the most dangerous scorers in the world. When people think of Lithuanian basketball, they often picture dominant bigs or crafty guards. But Linas Kleiza broke the mold as a modern forward who could score inside and outside. Drafted by the Denver Nuggets in 2005, he quickly earned a reputation as a reliable scorer, putting up double-digit games in the NBA and even dropping 41 points in a single game against the Utah Jazz, a reminder of just how explosive he could be. But it was with the Lithuanian national team that Kleiza truly left his mark. At the 2010 FIBA World Championship, he was nothing short of spectacular, averaging 19 points per game and leading Lithuania to a bronze medal. His performance earned him a spot on the all-tournament team, proving he could shine on the biggest stage. Game after game, he was their go-to scorer, battling the best defenses in the world and delivering huge performances that put Lithuania back on the medal stand. Before Macijauskas and Kleiza, there was Rimas Kurtinaitis, one of the original Lithuanian sharpshooters and a pioneer of modern perimeter play. Kurtinaitis was a sharpshooter before it was fashionable, someone who made the three-pointer a weapon long before the rest of the world caught up. He rose to prominence in the 1980s when he played for the Soviet Union national team. While Lithuania was still under Soviet rule, Kurtinaitis was a key part of that dominant squad, helping them win gold at the 1988 Seoul Olympics. But his greatest achievement came a few years later, when Lithuania regained its independence and returned to the Olympic stage. At the 1992 Barcelona Olympics, Kurtinaitis was one of the leaders of the newly reformed Lithuanian national team. Alongside Arvydas Sabonis and Šarūnas Marčiulionis, he guided Lithuania to a historic bronze medal. That medal meant more than just basketball. It was a symbol of national pride, and Kurtinaitis' scoring was a big reason why it happened. If Sabonis was power and Jasikevicius was leadership, then Ramunas Siskauskas was balance. He wasn't the loudest player, and he rarely sought the spotlight. But ask anyone who played with or against him, and they'll tell you, Siskauskas was a basketball perfectionist. Nicknamed the Silent Assassin, Siskauskas was a 6'6" wing who could do everything on the court. He could score inside, knock down the three, lock up the opponent's best player, rebound, and create plays for others. With Panathinaikos, he won the 2007 EuroLeague title, and the very next year with CSKA Moscow, he not only won another championship, but was also named EuroLeague MVP in 2008. That cemented his status as one of the continent's absolute elite. For the Lithuanian national team, Siskauskas was just as reliable. He was part of the legendary EuroBasket 2003 squad that won gold, and he represented Lithuania in multiple Olympics and World Championships. Most of Lithuanian basketball legends built their legacies in Europe, but Zydrunas Ilgauskas carved his name in the toughest league in the world. At 7 feet 3 inches, Ilgauskas was a towering presence, but he wasn't just big, he was skilled. With soft hands, a smooth mid-range jumper, and excellent footwork in the post, he became one of the most reliable centers of his generation. But his journey wasn't easy. It was a story of perseverance. Drafted in 1996 by the Cleveland Cavaliers, Ilgauskas was seen as a franchise cornerstone. However, his career was nearly derailed by devastating foot injuries. At one point, many doubted he'd ever play again. But through sheer determination and countless surgeries, he fought his way back. That resilience paid off. Ilgauskas went on to play over a decade in the NBA, becoming a two-time NBA All-Star in 2003 and 2005. For Lithuania, his national team career was limited due to his injuries and NBA obligations, but his presence in the league was a huge source of pride. He showed the world that Lithuanian big men could dominate in the NBA, paving the way for the next generation. Speaking of the next generation, no one carried that torch more strongly than Jonas Valančiūnas. Valančiūnas grew up idolizing the giants of Lithuanian basketball, and by the time he turned professional, he was already being touted as the next great big man. While the NBA shifted towards small ball and three-point shooting, he stayed true to the classic Lithuanian big man identity: strength, rebounding, and inside scoring. His soft hands, strong post moves, and relentless work on the glass made him a double-double machine. But his true pride has always been the Lithuanian national team. Wearing the green jersey, he became a force in international play, winning EuroBasket medals in 2013 and 2015, and standing tall as Lithuania's interior anchor in World Cups and Olympic tournaments. His reliability, toughness, and loyalty make him one of Lithuania's greatest big men ever. If Valančiūnas is the bridge between generations, then Domantas Sabonis is the future and present of Lithuanian basketball. He carries not only the weight of his country's expectations, but also the legacy of one of the greatest players of all time. His father, born in 1996 in Portland, Oregon, while his dad was playing for the Trailblazers, Domantas grew up surrounded by the game, but he never relied on just his name. From a young age, he built his career with work ethic, skill, and relentless determination. Unlike traditional centers, Domantas is a point-forward big man, a player who can score inside, rebound, and most importantly, create offense for others. His passing ability is elite, reminiscent of his father's vision, but with his own modern flair. Sabonis became the heart of a revived Kings franchise, leading them back to the NBA playoffs and finishing as an All-NBA player in 2023. With multiple NBA All-Star selections and a growing international resume, he stands as the face of Lithuania's new basketball generation and one of the most complete big men in today's game. Before Domantas Sabonis, before Jonas Valanciunas, even before Arvydas Sabonis took the NBA floor, there was Šarūnas Marčiulionis, the fearless guard who became a trailblazer for European basketball in America. In 1989, he broke barriers by signing with the Golden State Warriors, becoming one of the very first Europeans to make an impact in the NBA. With his aggressive drives and crafty scoring, he introduced the league to a new kind of European guard, proving that players from overseas could thrive in the NBA's toughest environments. But his story goes far beyond the court. In 1992, after Lithuania regained independence, he played a monumental role in forming the Lithuanian national basketball team. He helped secure funding, famously with support from the Grateful Dead, and led the squad to the 1992 Barcelona Olympics. There, Lithuania won the bronze medal, a victory that was more than just basketball. It symbolized national pride and freedom for a country that had just broken away from Soviet control. In recognition of his impact, Marciulionis was inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame in 2014. Every great basketball nation has its floor general, the player who commands respect, unites teammates, and raises the level of everyone around him. For Lithuania, that leader was Šarūnas Jasikevičius. His club career is the stuff of legend. Over more than a decade in Europe, he became a symbol of winning. With Maccabi Tel Aviv, FC Barcelona, and Panathinaikos, he lifted 4 EuroLeague titles, becoming one of the most decorated guards in the competition's history. For the Lithuanian national team, he was the engine that kept the machine running. In EuroBasket 2003, he played the tournament of his life, leading Lithuania to a historic gold medal and reclaiming the nation's spot atop Europe. A year later, he carried that same energy to the 2004 Olympics in Athens, where he fearlessly scored 28 points to lead Lithuania past Team USA in one of the greatest upsets in Olympic history. He will forever be remembered as Lithuania's ultimate floor general, a genius playmaker, a relentless competitor, and a born leader. Before we unveil who's number one, here are some honorable mentions. Artūras Karnišovas, Saulius Štombergas, Mindaugas Kuzminskas, and the pioneer of Lithuanian basketball Modestas Paulauskas. When you speak the name Arvydas Sabonis, you are not just talking about the greatest Lithuanian player of all time. You are talking about one of the greatest basketball players the world has ever seen. In the 1980s, long before the NBA opened its doors to international stars, Sabonis was already a mythical figure in Europe. Playing for Zalgiris Kaunas, he carried Lithuanian pride on his shoulders even during the Soviet era. On the international stage, Sabonis was unstoppable. He led the Soviet Union to Olympic gold in 1988, but his true glory came after Lithuania regained independence. With his country free, Sabonis stood as the anchor of the 1992 and 1996 Lithuanian Olympic teams, each time delivering a bronze medal. Those medals told the world, we are small, but we are mighty. By the time he finally joined the NBA in 1995 with the Portland Trail Blazers, injuries had taken much of his athleticism. Yet even on damaged knees, Sabonis was brilliant. His passing out of the post was unmatched, his three-point shot stretched defenses, and his intelligence made him one of the most respected big men in the league. Players like Shaquille O'Neal and Hakeem Olajuwon admitted that Sabonis, even past his prime, was among the toughest centers they ever faced. So there you go, the top 10 Lithuanian basketball players of all time. Do you agree with our rankings? Who did we miss? Let us know in the comments and check out our other videos. Until next time, I hope you have a great day.